Here are 5 unpredictable things that you need to make sure you get out of your garden before the freeze hits. Check this out. We've got a harvest that we started. You can see I've got a lot of squash leaves in here. The blossoms, the little guys, these are not going to do well in the cold. Vetch. These get a little pokey. What you need to do with them, that's why I took this whole thing off, is I'm actually going to use these leaves, and you can see you can hear it at least. There's some little pokies on here. Now these guys are totally fine to eat, probably not raw. So either put them in a soup or saute them up. All these beautiful little flowers in here, lots of energy in that. So we're gonna get these little baby squashes. You can see they're kind of fuzzy in there, definitely fuzzy pokies. Put them in soup. They've got like a meatier texture to them, or just saute these up. As you can see, we do in fact have lots of weeds. These beautiful amaranth, of course, are not weeds. We'll harvest these guys. Look at how beautiful they are. So we're gonna get the leaves, use the seeds out of here. All right, we'll get the amaranth. I don't even know what that is, but it's not too pokey, so we're gonna eat it. We're gonna get all of the amaranth that looks like a weed that isn't so pretty. Grab your scissors. Let's go for Venture. Again, these are a little bit pokey. We've got like mustard greens and whatnot, so we'll cut all these guys down. Pull out the flowers. Hopefully any of the seeds that already fell, the seed pods, will turn into fresh new garden vegetables. You can see again, these are a little bit pokey. So if you're like, oh shoot, I don't want to eat those, they've got little pokey things on them. It's okay. Throw them in a saucepan, saute them up, put them in soup. We've got some beans and seed pods down here. We'll get all these guys out of here. Like I mentioned, you definitely want to get all of your blossoms, all your flowers. So we'll pull these guys off. These are the ones that are delicious in your salad. And we'll probably take this whole little chunk right here. Thanks, little guy. Thanks for all your work this year. We'll take that whole thing. We'll take the stems out of there. We'll bring these inside so we can save them, saute them up. Let's continue our adventure. Mallow. So lots of mallow down here. A lot of people, again, think this is a weed. It's where the marshmallow comes from. So these are all leaves that are growing. So we'll get all of these mallow leaves, bring them inside. You can see that over here we have a lot of clover. Deer like to eat the clover. You can see it's kind of a lot of ends that the deer snipped off, but get your clover leaves. Those of course are nice and tasty. Look how beautiful it is. We'll take all these out of there. Throw them in your salad. They're just so nice. And it's nice to know that even if your garden fails, Exhibit A, not much, but there's still a lot of good stuff that we can pull out of here. All of our mint leaves, use all this stuff. Squash plants started kind of coming back a little bit, so we'll take the top of that squash plant. Biggest takeaway from this video is eat the leaves of the squash, eat the blossoms, not just the squashes themselves. I do have a great big squash plant. This is the one thing that actually grew in pretty well. Here's our squash plant. You can see I started taking off some of these big leaves. The ones that have been around for a while, like this one. You can see extra pokey thistles on there, but it doesn't stop me. You just have to cut out the spines. So when you put them on your cutting board, you're just gonna cut out the spines that are on there. And all the leaf parts are good. Check out this zucchini. It's kind of a funny looking one. All right, so it didn't get enough water initially, but then it started doing okay. Look at that one. We'll take this little baby zucchini. And then you can use the leaves as a little dish or a plate to put them on. Grab our other good stuff. Get your squash leaves, get your weeds, anything that's green and edible. Pull it out before the freeze comes.